Assalamu alaikum everyone, and I hope you're doing well. This is the another lecture of the series of the course that we all are in, that is the business communication. And this is solely recorded for your convenience so that you people do not have problems if we have any glitch in the online class. There are five smart ways to write well, and this is solely related to business-like writing, and this is solely related to writing which is more convenient for the audience to understand and for the writer to write. And after doing a lot of research, after reading different research excerpts and different chapters of books and different authors and different proponents, I, as an instructor, as a researcher, reached at the conclusion that these are the points that we need to be most conscious about before starting any academic and formal writing or business-like writing. There are a lot of ways, by the way, but these are the most important ways and ways to to write your writing and to produce your business-like writing. And it will be very, by the way, soothing for all of you if you have a strong coffee, a cup of coffee that you can see on the screen in your hand before watching and listening to this small video. Let's move ahead. Now, the first and the foremost, let's talk about the first part. The first part is do not use contractions. When we say do not use contractions, contractions are actually when we try to contract two words together, to shorten them together. They say, when I say they say, mean researchers propose, right? They encourage to not use contraction, rather write full writing in academic writing and formal writing or business-like writing. So try to avoid contractions. Moving down the line, if we talk about the avoid using there is and there are. See, being a non-native speakers, being non-native writers and novice writers, we try to add words in our writing that are not required and they do not mean anything else rather. For instance, if we talk about these two terms here, that there is and there are, these two terms, they do not give any meaning in many cases except few, right? There are a few cases here. Focus on the first sentence. There are many issues that students face in university. There are many development projects that UN supports. If you look these two examples, these two vague versions or examples have been improved here. If you look at this example have been improvised here. That students face many issues in university. I just removed there are and there is from this particular statement, and this sentence means the same after removing there is and there are from it. So see the importance. I mean it does not mean anything else, right? It is a gap filler of writing that we use being a non-native speaker. And the same goes with this second example here. If you say that UN supports many development projects, and there are many development projects that UN supports, both have the same meaning, but this is more long, lengthy, choppy, wordy. This one is concise and relevant to it. Now, do not use really, very, and a lot. There are terms, by the way, actually, and there are terms that we need to avoid, and we need to refrain using these terms in our academic writing and business-like writing. So if we say that many students think university is very hard, so of course many students think university is tough, maybe, or difficult, rather very hard. This is a I don't I will I mean I'm not supporting an idea that these words we should not, or we never use these words. Yes, they do exist, but this is the better version, right? There are, they say that good, better, best, never let it rest till your good is better and better best, right? So this is better, right? And the second one is, of course, best version. So we are looking for the best version rather the better version. All right. Now, if we look at this example here, of course, really does not. If you say that it gives stress, this is our perception on opinion, and of course, opinions are always vulnerable. So this opinion is challenged there. A lot of the students live on campus. Many students live on campus, of course. So a lot could be replaced with plethora. It could be replaced with the abundance as well, right? So this is something that we need to learn here, that by avoiding using these terms, your writing will become more professional, your writing will become more authentic, your writing will become something that will bring an effect on the audience. Rather, the another step here out of five, that active and passive. So they say try to be active rather passive. If we look at this example here, the healthcare reforms were implemented by Imran Khan. Imran Khan implemented healthcare reforms, passive, active. Passive is more, passive actually focuses more on the object rather than the subject. The subjectivity part is missing there. And I mean, then at times we realize that who did that, right? Why we shift subject from one place to another. So let's keep the subject at the same place that it always has. So see the difference, by the way. If we look at the cycle example, the war was won by the French. The French won the war. Rather more easy to understand, to digest. And passive is more longitudinal, more choppy, wordy. I'm not saying never use passive. Yes, there is a particular use of passive. There are, we will have a different session for using passive where we can use passive. But what I'm saying here, the point I'm making here is try to focus on active rather passive. If you could be active, do not be passive. That is the bottom line of this discussion. And the fifth one is use strong verbs rather weak verbs. Of course, there are strong verbs and weak verbs that we need to understand here. So see, he assisted my friend and he gave assistance to my friend. He gave assistance. You have used here, the writer has used here two verbs together, right? However, we can use assistance as a verb as well. And if you use a verb before assistance, which is a noun, of course, you are making a verb weak verb. He assisted my friend. He gave assistance to my friend. Both have same meaning, but this verb is comparatively weak verb. The reason being that the same noun could be used as a verb by removing this one, where we would be, the writing would become more professional rather, and the conciseness would be taken care of. This is something we say that these are the actually the basics of business writing, where we need to have more focus. And of course the rest of the examples have been given here. For instance, another example, if you say that my grandfather gives water to the plants every morning, and if I'm saying that my grandfather waters the plant every morning, so see, by removing give, of course, it is not affecting the sense, the theme, the grammar of the sentence, the syntax of the sentence, the semantics of the sentence, but it is making it more effective, more strong, more, I would say, professional, more formal, more academic like. So, this is something, these 5 points here, using strong verbs, of course, not using contraction, using active rather passive. Do not use there is, there are, because they do not mean anything else except there's a glass on the table, right? And of course, not using these really very a lot or actually sort of words, because they are the non-verbals of the spoken language, the oral communication. So therefore, if you avoid using all these five, I'd say the these five ways of writing, or the nature of writing that we have adopted throughout our lives. So of course, the writing would become more effective, business-like, and professional and academic. And this is all from my side here. And I hope that you will enjoy and learn something from this small video here, which is particularly recorded here for this particular session. So thank you very much. See you in the online class. Take care.